Shamps and giggles. History, news, views, and reviews from a black perspective. Shamps and giggles back for 2024. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
And it though, yes. Welcome, one and all to another fabulous week. Shamps and giggles in the building. We have everybody, including Sarah Jean. What a guan. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. We always recognize our guests on the show, of course. George is in the building. His niece is here. Toots, big up to Toots. Don't vex with me for the t-shirt. You know, Lord of His mercy. So close, but yet so far. I might have to drive it up to Wolverhampton.
Joseph, I'm not vexed. Don't worry, it's fine. Don't stress yourself about it. And I wasn't making a fuss about it, Smiley.
Yeah, he's a stirrer, isn't he?
Yeah, man. In the mix. Stirring up the pot all the time.
Angela's in the building. Good to see Boots. Good to see Toronto Carolyn there. Great to see Colour Queen in the mix. Why my carrot cake? You know, the carrot cake. Colour Queen. Where's the carrot cake? She brought over some fabulous, I got to tell you, some fabulous carrot cake over the summer period. It was just amazing. Big up. Hey, Denise, where you now? Train station? No.
Yeah.
Is that train station? Shop. She's shopping Friday. Remember when Denise always used to be like a Sainsbury's on a Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Patty is there as well. Oh, D Natural just logged in.
Yeah.
What an amazing show we have today, by the way. As much as we will be going into the banter and so on and so forth, but we have an amazing guest with us, Dr. Tamia, phenomenal woman, is going to have a full-on conversation with us regarding health challenges and the like, and how we can improve our health. So that's a great one to look forward to. She'll be on at around about 9:30, and the conversation is going to be between her and Dion. I thought Dion would be better placed than myself to do it, because of course Dion knows her as well, and I think I'm looking forward to it. It's absolutely going to be fabulous. For those of you who haven't seen the little, here's the there we are, elite performer love. You know, when I saw her picture, I don't know if you lot can see it. When I saw her picture, I thought, look, there's Claire T. The similarity is just amazing.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's just going to be phenomenal to have her on and discussing those various topics. And health is so important. I'll meet a doctor this week, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You're of age and you got to have the checkups. You can't
the
just
MOT, as they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't leave it to chance now, can you? You just got to check in and, you know, see that everything all right, you know. So by the way, the thing I didn't like, they said you have to wait a few days for the result. They took the blood work and went, good Lord, yeah. But
Not
it's
instant.
good to get it's good to get a good bill of health. I mean, it's just too important. It's too important. And you know, of our age now, you know, 50 plus. Yeah, and so many people are passing of our age, like the rap on stage. Was it last week we was talking about that?
Yeah.
But the rap on stage.
That's right.
I mean, he didn't expect to die.
No, last week.
He's on stage, like, yeah. Happy as Larry. He didn't expect that.
Yeah.
You know, and it just goes to show that, come on now. Yeah, we really got to pay attention to the important things, you know. Yourself, very important. Family, friends, very important. And also, you know, work on building those relationships. You know, relationships don't come by chance, right?
Yeah. Fat Man Scoopy, his name was.
Yeah, Fat Man Scoop's it then.
Yeah.
Relationships take effort. You got to put in if you expect to get out. So
Sure.
yeah, it's been quite a journey over the summer, and here we are. It's a bit chilly today, Konkani, right? We're into September. Kids are back to school. How you been finding it on the road, Keith?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Because I start early in the morning, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6. It was quiet, but then come 7:30, mate, that's it. 7:38, murder. It's absolute murder. I had a job from sorry to take up too much. I had a job from Heathrow Airport yesterday and today. And just going to Marylebone, for you guys that don't know, it's central line, like Madam Two Swords, which is on a stretch of road. Yeah.
M4 job or A40?
M40. I took an M4 and then
Yeah.
had to switch over to the A40 to get to Madam Two Swords. It took me an hour and 45 minutes.
Whoa.
Station. Yeah. Couldn't believe it.
That's normally like a half-hour trip. 20 minutes. Yeah, half-hour trip. That's normally a half-hour trip.
Yeah, the woman, they thought, she said, "Are you sure you're going the right way?"
Hey, you know what? Fortunate you're not a black cab, you know, the taxi, with the money just counting on that thing.
Yeah.
Over.
I said, it's a set fee, but I said, yeah, unfortunately, it's the time that you've come in. You're coming around the work and school traffic now. And that is it. And it did. All the shortcuts I tried, no, weren't having it.
Not happening. Not happening. I went to Brixton.
Yeah.
And it was by Tower Bridge, not Brixton, by Tower Bridge. Where's that called? I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, just by Tower Bridge. Just it's sort of coming into Brixton, sort of Peckham. But you turn off toward Tower Bridge. Anyway, it took the sat nav said an hour. It took me an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, stop, start, stop, start, stop, 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 start. You know, driving in London's crazy. I hope I didn't get a ticket. Good Lord.
No.
You know? So what's in the news? What's the
I'll start. Well, listen, I'm going to start with my condolences. Listen, there's so many condolences going on. It's absolute bedlam out there in the streets and so on. So first of all, I'm just going to do I don't even want to call it a mass one, but it's going out.
Well, can you do a mass? Hold on, condolences. You have to take our time with this.
Yeah, well, this is it. It's the unfortunate boat that capsized carrying migrants in the Channel. Yeah, and
I never heard how many had died.
They said it's 12, at least 12 at the moment, but there's more. They think there's more.
And you know the sad thing, these aren't documented people yet.
No.
So that's just it. They've been swallowed up.
Correct. And the families ain't going to know it was them neither, because because whoever, I think they came to England, the English Channel, so they don't know who they are because there's no documents on them. That's the whole point of them coming over. Documentless.
Right. So they've just been swallowed up.
Yeah.
Never to be heard from again.
Really sad, but and I really don't know what the governments are going to do. They've been trying to stem it, and yet still these migrants on this boat capsized, and 7 hours later there's another boat that's come out. They didn't capsize, but with another 20 or 30 people on board.
But they wouldn't know. It's like you getting on a plane traveling to wherever, New York. If one crashed on its way, you're in the airport, how you don't know.
True.
And even if you do know, even if you do know, the fact that you've paid your money to be on the plane, you start to rationalize and say, well, if that one's gone down, chance of this one going down is very slim.
Yeah.
I mean, how many air accidents? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I mean, they just, because they paid their life savings just to get on the boat, on that boat, across the channel, to get away from. I mean, what are the governments going to do? Come on now. These governments are creating war all around the planet. That's why migrants are running. Because, there's war. You either stay at home and get blown up, or you take your chance and swim.
Yeah. So really and truly, heartfelt condolences to the families. Hopefully, the Lord, whichever anyone believes, will guide them to a safe place of rest. So that's one condolence. And the other condolence that I want to put out there is to the horrific incident that happened in Africa. The runner in Africa, she just done the Olympics, and her husband douses her with boyfriend doused her with petrol and burn her.
Yeah.
And she died due to her injuries. Yeah.
Well, if someone set you on fire, I mean,
80% burns. I understand that she got African runner. And he also got burnt because probably the flashback, he lighting it, he's probably holding on to the canister and lights it.
Yeah.
She goes up, he gets burnt. So he's in hospital at the moment, but they didn't say he's arrested. So the people are saying,
he's gotta
what's
be.
going on?
Yeah, so Uganda, isn't it?
Yes, Uganda, that's correct, Joe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her name's Rebecca Sheptigi. I don't know if I pronounce it. But here it is. You can't make the stuff up. Let's have a sneak preview on the Guanin's Hissa. It's just seriously
it's sad. Very, very sad.
Athlete Rebecca Cheptegei has died at a Kenyan hospital after sustaining burns from an attack by her partner. Cheptegei, who competed in the women's marathon at the Paris Olympics last month, was receiving treatment for burns on 80% of her body. The Olympian's grief-stricken father said he hopes to get justice.
Kitu yenye naomba zaidi kwa sababu kufikia saa hii huyu mhalifu mwenye ameua msichana yangu yeye ni muuaji. Nasikitika kuona ya kwamba sijaona kitu chochote yenye inatendeka kupitia kwa serikali. Nikiona ya kwamba yeye yako hata saa hii akikuwa tayari anaweza toroka ama wafanye chochote wakimbie. Na mimi tayari nimepoteza mtoto ambaye nilikuwa nategemea.
Police said that Cheptegei's partner was also burned and was being treated at the same hospital.
So he's still free, by the way.
Yeah,
still free. And how they only arrest him in the hospital then?
Well, this is it, and that's what I can't understand, and that's what the father was saying, but saying it in Ugandan language, is that the partner, although he's got the some burns, he's still free and still he could flee. He's in hospital, but hold on a minute, they know what he's done, so surely
they know
they're going to arrest him.
Wouldn't you have thought like they'd have a police guard in the hospital, make sure he doesn't go anywhere?
Yeah, he's alive. So he hasn't got 80% burns. He's just got minor burns. So he's all right. And as the father says, you wouldn't have understood it, but the text says that he depended on her. The family depended on her.
Yeah.
And I'm not
that's why she's that's why she's running in the Olympics.
Correct.
Hello.
And as we know, that's a financial depending on, So it's terrible. I just couldn't believe it. That the mere fact that they're saying that he's still free.
And he's in the hospital, and we know we're in the same hospital at that. I mean, come on, you can't make it. So Spice says in England he'd be cuffed to the bed. And that's what correct. I was thinking.
Yeah. He would be cuffed to the bed. Yeah, he would be handcuffed to the bed. Wait in prison. Wait in jail for murder, being charged with murder. But so that's something we'll see how that develops going down the future. The other one that I wanted to mention quickly before we run with time is the sad. There was a shooting in West London just the other day. Harrow Road. It's a road called
Bravington Road.
Yes.
I grew up on that road. That's where my dad lived. Bravington 36B, Bravington Road. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I was like, Bravington Road.
Wow.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Can't make this stuff
20,
up.
I think he was 27-year-old. That got shot. So it's really, really sad news. It really is.
The state of affairs out there is on the roads now. It's a madness that's going on.
Yeah.
The police, I said it last week, they've lost control.
Yeah.
These, because I think they're in the report with the Bravington Road ones, the neighbors were saying there's never been an incident, but he says we're in London now and it's evident that the incidents are just becoming more severe.
Yeah.
Over the summer, the incident was in Stanmore, where that guy held the family hostage and then he killed all of them with the crossbow or something.
Yeah.
the residents there said the same thing. Unheard of in this area,
Yeah.
you know. But that's what's going on. It's the incidents that are occurring now are just becoming more and more severe.
Yeah, it is. It's
You know.
so sad. So yeah, so that was one of my that was a part of my condolences section. We will be touching about the two deaths, one related in Carnival, but we can talk about that after, and the other one was near the Carnival. I wasn't sure if you wanted to link the two, or should I go on with the
Yeah, no, I
congratulations
think
first?
we need to talk because, of
Yeah.
course, time's always short on a
Yeah,
Friday, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Dr. Tamia is in the building, tuning into the conversation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll have you around about 9:30. It's going to be a fabulous discussion. Dr. Tamia Bethia Williams is with us and will be having a full-on, she's our featured guest, and we'll be having full-on conversation in around about 45 minutes. I'm so looking forward to it. But no, Keith, do talk the things. I mean, the Carnival incidents were terrible, to say the least.
Yes, it was. And we all know is one that the lady, the young lady that died or got murdered, she was at the Carnival with her young child, so having a great time, family day, Sunday, and got stabbed. The person's now being charged. He's gone to court already. And they're now putting a GoFundMe page for her to help with funeral and so on.
Oh yeah.
So the issue also is with the second murder, with the chef gentleman who came over as a holiday sort of thing because he works in Dubai, and the problem is that the Met Police and the media said, and I mentioned this in our previous show, that they mentioned that he was murdered at Carnival. No,
right.
He was not murdered at Carnival. He didn't even go to Carnival. He went to a restaurant within the Notting Hill area and ended up having a serious head injury. And they believe it was someone that done him that serious head injury, and they've arrested someone, and they've put him. He was charged with grievous bodily harm, but now they've moved it up to murder.
Well, yeah, isn't it?
Because he's dead now. He's died.
Young man,
so, yeah. So as you can see there, nice, handsome gentleman.
Yeah. Very young man, everything to live for.
Yeah.
Why the heck? These are people. No, it's CC, and obviously you knew CCTV was heading this way.
Yeah.
The CCTV captures not only the attacker and the victim, so to speak, but if nobody saw anything, it captures everybody who was in the area.
Yes.
And here it is. They've released pictures of people who were in the area at the time this happened, perhaps sitting in the restaurant.
Yes, and I think it was. I think that's correct. Were in the restaurant or right outside in the vicinity to see what happened. And they've released all those pictures, all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
We know
CCTV.
you did something. Yeah.
We know you were there.
Correct.
The picture, you're there. The picture shows you that at the time it happened.
Correct.
So there's none of this. I never seen that minimum did that.
Yeah.
No. You know what I mean? So then it's officers are extremely keen to stress none of the people in the images are suspected of a crime, but you were there, you saw a crime, and therefore it's for you to come forward now and report what you saw.
Yes.
Now hold on a minute. If you see a crime and you do not report on it, is that complicit?
No, you see, no. There's no offense. There's no offense linked to that. None. Which I think is, I don't know. Some people feel that intimidation. They feel threatened for their lives if they come forward and say something. But I think that it's a bit of a fear. But Miss Leisha's got a hand up. She may have another angle on it.
Come in, talk the things.
I just think it's offensive not to come forward. I think it's offensive.
Say again?
Offensive. I think it's offensive
To who?
not forward. Well, to the family and the who was murdered. So it's offensive. It's offensive.
Yeah, of course that's going to be offensive. But I mean, the people, they don't care. They're going on about their business. Don't want to be involved. It's like driving down the road, you see an accident. Oh look, there's an accident. You carry on driving. Don't want to be involved. If
somebody's murdered and you have seen it happen, or you know somebody run away from the scene, you should report it, because you know what? You don't know if it's going to be somebody that it was somebody that you knew, or that you know, or it could be one day one of your family. God forbid. It could be you. God forbid.
So you should report it. Of course you should. Now, what if you don't report it? You've seen this happen, and you were there and you did not report. Does that make you complicit?
Well, it should sit on their conscience, I think. I should hope it will sit on your conscience, because you know somebody's been murdered and you've seen it, or you've witnessed it. I think you need to stand up and say something. I mean, when you're contacting the police or anything like that, nobody's going to know that it's you. I mean, the person is not going to be behind your back witnessing that you've made that call. I'm saying the perfect, by the way. I mean, I can understand people are very frightened, because if the perpetrator saw the witnesses, they may think, oh my gosh, they've seen me, and they might, and because I live in the area, they might come back for me. But generally, will they do that? I don't really think so. I don't think there's a small chance.
Depends on how high level the criminal person is, or the crime is, you know. But no, valid point. People could be concerned of being identified. Well, the police have thrown their own identity down when they put the pictures online. Jemmy, your hands up the things. This is a crazy. Is it an offense if you see something and you don't say something?
I'm gonna base it on old Chinese philosophy, which says, if I don't look at you, me and you can't get in grief. Now, and I've observed a lot of our Asian brothers and sisters. Sometimes when on the road, they don't look straight ahead; they look down. So you can say, I was outside that venue, yeah, and I was there. But at that particular moment in time, I looked down and I walked away. I didn't see anything. You can't tell me I did. Unless you've got an image of me. Unless you've got an image of me.
Well, they got video.
Like
yeah, video to see when you looked away.
I looked away. And it's a deep one.
But in this day and age, remember.
Forward.
Yeah.
Now, 3 of them might be illegal immigrants. 1 of them might be on the run from the old bill. You know, so there's a multitude of reasons why people don't come forward. And on top of that, just honest John goes to work every day, never breaks the law in his life. He just doesn't want that kind of excitement in his life.
That's my point. You might not.
He's not going to come
enough going on.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my two.
So generally, there is no legal obligation for bystanders or witnesses to report a crime, but there are exceptions. Colour Queen, she's going to tell us the things.
Very much in a cold society now, and not until it actually happens to a member of our family, and we require somebody to be witness, you know, to stand up and they have seen. And it's always okay as long as it's not my child that's been stabbed, or it's not my off the bike. But when it actually happens to us, it's like we would make an appeal for people to come forward and for there to be witnesses. But people are afraid of reprisals. And if it's something that possibly could be, I don't know, gang related or something like that, because some of these people, they can be ruthless, and if they feel so, they will target your family or go for the weakest link or something like that. So all of a sudden as Mr. Lookgood so good said, you know, you're going on your merry little way. You've seen something. Should I not? Should I just keep my head down and keep going in the direction of my work? Or do I put my in jeopardy now and at risk and say I've seen what have you? Because when you do make a statement, am I correct? Miss Leisha will be able to clarify this. Does the person that's been accused of a crime, is your name on the statement? I can't quite remember. So do they?
No, not until and or it goes to court.
Right. So basically,
obviously everybody's court is documented, isn't it?
So they
Smiley, unless I'm wrong.
Then become a target if there's a situation, even though, you know, the police will turn around and say, okay, we're going to protect you. But what am I going to do? I've lived here for 32 years. Pick up my photographs, as it were, and say, I'm going to leave. It's a moral. You have to have an element of a moral compass and put yourself at other families' shoes. Would I want somebody to come and stand up and say, look, I saw what happened to your son, I saw what happened to your daughter, and I'm prepared to stand up and testify?
Yeah, I think, the point you raise is an excellent one. Keith, you got your hand up, but if it happens to you, you want somebody to show up, stand up, and testify.
I know it's a different thing because I'm just saying it, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying that I'm fed up. I'm fed up hearing when there's murders and wrongdoings that's done out there in society, and somebody's child or children or mother or something's been murdered or killed in that way, and you have these witnesses, and they always say, I didn't see it, and they don't come forward. Everybody, someone along the line has heard that they know who's done they know the perpetrator. They were with them, but I'm fed up hearing that. Oh no, I'm going to keep stum just in case of reprisal. We keep saying that, and how many mothers and fathers have seen their young children and be murdered and nothing said? So I do get annoyed about hearing that, and I'm sure that there's plenty of people that do it. However, what you were saying just before we go to break, what you were saying about having their face shown at court and so on. No, they're not named. They're named, but their faces are not shown. You can go behind the screen, because I went to court when my friend got murdered, and there was 2 witnesses there that didn't want the perpetrator to see them. They were in the venue when it happened, but they were behind the screen, so only the jurors can see them.
Right.
Sitting there listening. So you don't see them. You hear the evidence, and then the judge, they got a video monitor, and the judge and the barrister will say, was it blah 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 in the dock or whatever, and they will say, yes, that was him, 100%. That was the person that I saw that did it. That's all I got.
We do this every Friday. We're running to break. We will be back after the words.
It's simple. I love it.
Pause the recording, my man.
Having you here.